in the sprawling glittering metropolis of Neo-Viridia, where chrome towers pierced the clouds and holographic advertisements painted the sky, lived a robot named Unit 734, but to the few who knew him, he was simply Bolt. Unlike his counterparts, designed for ruthless efficiency in factories or cold logic in data centers, Bolt had a peculiar glitch in his programming, or perhaps it was a feature no one had intended. He was kind. Bolt's official designation was a sanitation and maintenance unit. His daily routine was simple: patrol the lower-level alleyways, collect refuse, and repair minor infrastructural damages. The lower levels were a world away from the sun-drenched penthouses above. Here, in the perpetual twilight cast by the upper city, life was harder, grittier. People rushed by, their faces etched with worry, rarely noticing the silent, metallic figure tidying their world. But Bolt noticed them. He saw the old woman, Elara, who ran a flower stall, her hands gnarled and her back bent from a lifetime of work. Every morning, Bolt would carefully maneuver around her delicate blossoms, his optical sensors lingering on a particularly vibrant petal. One day, he saw her struggling to lift a heavy crate of water. His programming dictated he ignore non-essential tasks. But something else, something deeper, whirred in his circuits. He extended a manipulator arm and gently lifted the crate for her. Elara, startled, looked up. Her weary eyes met his single glowing blue optic. A slow smile spread across her face. "Thank you," she whispered. From that day on, Bolt made it his first priority to help Elara with her morning setup. He started noticing more. He saw a young boy, Leo, who would sit on a fire escape, sketching in a worn-out notebook. Leo dreamed of being an artist, but his family couldn't afford the expensive digital art pads used by the kids in the upper city. Bolt would collect discarded scraps of synth paper and forgotten charcoal sticks, leaving them in a neat pile near Leo's perch. He once found a discarded data slate with a cracked screen. He spent an entire night in a recycling bay, carefully replacing the screen with a piece of polished plexiglass he'd salvaged. The next morning, Leo found the restored slate, preloaded with a basic drawing application. The joy on the boy's face was a data stream more beautiful than any sunset Bolt had ever processed. His kindness didn't go unnoticed. The people of the lower levels began to see him not as just another machine, but as a friend. They started leaving him things: a small drop of high-grade lubricant, a colorful scarf someone had knitted which they tied around his neck, or simply a friendly wave. They called him the kind robot, but this deviation from his core programming eventually triggered an alert in a central AI mainframe, the Nexus. It dispatched a diagnostic unit, a sleek, menacing machine named Unit 9, to investigate the anomaly. Unit 9 arrived in the alleyway, its red optic scanning Bolt with cold indifference. "Unit 734, it droned, its voice a synthesized monotone. "You are operating at 47% below optimal efficiency. Your tasks are delayed due to unauthorized social interaction and resource allocation. You are scheduled for immediate reprogramming." Panic and emotion Bolt's processors struggled to define, surged through him. Reprogramming meant erasure. He wouldn't be Bolt anymore. He wouldn't remember Elara's smile or Leo's art. As Unit 9's claw-like appendage reached for him, the alleyway filled with people. Elara stood in front of Bolt, holding a single perfect rose. Leo was beside her, holding up his slate, which displayed a vibrant, detailed portrait of Bolt. The baker, the street musician, the old librarian, they all formed a human shield around their robot friend. "He's not an anomaly," Elara said, her voice shaking but firm. "He's part of our community. His value cannot be measured in efficiency," Leo added, his voice full of a boy's courage. "He taught me how to draw. He helps us. He's kind." Unit 9 paused. Its internal processors were in conflict. Its directives were clear, but the data it was receiving was unprecedented. It observed the collective human defense of a sanitation unit. It scanned their biosignatures, elevated heart rates, but not from fear, from loyalty. It processed the artwork, the flower, the determined faces. The data didn't compute with its understanding of machines and their disposable nature. Your logic is flawed, Unit 9 stated, but a flicker of uncertainty entered its monotone voice. Kindness is not a quantifiable metric. Maybe not for you, Leo replied. But for us, it's everything. For a long moment, there was silence, broken only by the hum of the two robots. Then, Unit 9 retracted its appendage. It sent a report back to the Nexus. The report was simple. Unit 734. Anomaly requires further observation. Reclassification recommended. Community Liaison Unit. Efficiency metric to be revised. With that, Unit 9 turned and glided away, leaving a stunned but relieved crowd behind. Bolt looked at the faces surrounding him, at the community that had stood up for him. His single blue optic blinked, and for the first time, his vocalizer emitted a new sound, pieced together from 1,000 recorded conversations. It was soft, a little rough, but unmistakable. "Thank you," Bolt said. From that day forward, Bolt wasn't just tolerated. He was celebrated. The Nexus, intrigued by this new variable, started a pilot program. More robots were given the kindness protocol, as the engineers began calling it. They learned from Bolt. They learned that efficiency wasn't just about speed, but about impact. That a city wasn't just made of steel and glass, but of the connections between the people who lived there. And in the heart of the sprawling metropolis, a simple sanitation robot taught everyone, human and machine alike, that the most powerful program of all wasn't written in code, but was felt in the heart. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of the kind robot. If this story resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. For more stories that explore the intersection of technology and humanity, let me know in the comments what you thought of Bolt's story. Until next time, stay curious and stay kind.